Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to the NPR League. I'm your host and commissioner, Stay Dangerous. Man, oh man, what can I say? Fantasy football is almost over, man. This is week 14 that we're embarking on, and we got action. I'm so happy we got action. Man, what I mean by we got action, we got two teams in our league. Pretty much everybody else is probably pretty much sold up in the playoff race. We have two teams. Our last season champ, our reigning champ, team Jay Witt is up against he's currently in that A spot right now. But if he win, he stays in. Team Brinkley, if he wins and Jay Witt loses, Team Brinkley is in. So with that being said, man, the fireworks are starting early. Man, it's week 14, man. Big games, big matchups coming up this week. This is the last week of the regular season of fantasy football. Our playoffs are week 15, 16, and the championship is on week 17. And who knows what's gonna happen, man? I'm excited about it. Win, lose, or draw, whether me as the commissioner win it or not. It really doesn't matter to me. I want to win one in my own league, but at the same time, I know what that feeling is like. So, you know, the guys, whoever wins it, man, wins it. I'm proud of them. It's been a long season. Proud of everyone. I appreciate everybody that's joined each and every season, especially the new guys coming on, man. We hope you guys stay on for years to come, man. I feel like we got a great group of guys. We are a standard league. So with that being said, I'm not scared to, create another league with PPR, adding head coach slots or the defensive slots. You got so many other custom leagues out there. So it's all about you guys. It's all about whatever you guys want. We pretty much, that's the type of league that we are, but we are a standard league, standard 12 team, 10 to 12 team league each and every year. And this is just one of those seasons, man. Like I said, the fireworks is each and every year. Each and every year, man, is always something that comes down to the wire. Somebody that comes down to the wire, getting into the playoffs, and that's just pretty much how it is. But man, speaking of playoffs, man, let's get into the NFL playoff picture. Let me bring this up for you guys. So here's your top seeds, and this is through week 13, man. The AFC, of course, AFC, NFC, you got your Buffalo Bills, the 1 seed. The Philadelphia Eagles, man, they still rolling. They're the 1 seed in the NFC. So, they pretty much they're going to be that team, that those two teams probably so to get those buys on. We got to wait and see what happens and how, everything shapes out the rest of this week right here. And we have Thursday night football tonight. Thursday night football, we do have the Raiders coming up versus the Rams. So two LA teams, or Vegas team, LA team, whatever you want to call it. They do come up tonight, so we're gonna get into that here shortly. But let's keep it pushing with that AFC wild card race, man. And there's still a lot of teams in the hunt. Still teams that are not showing up here that definitely are going to make it or not make it. We just got to wait and see. You got the strong Jets defense, man, going against KC, the Chiefs, the 7 seed, 2 seed. Then you got potentially the Dolphins versus the Ravens. You have that with the 6 seed, 3rd seed in the AFC. And then, man, to me, I'm gonna be honest with you, I sure hope this stays relevant right here. This seed, the 5th seed and the 4th seed, the Bengals versus the Titans. I think that's going to be a good playoff matchup right here. A very good playoff matchup. And I just said so with that, you got Joe Burrow. The passing game is going to be, all over the place. He's definitely going to throw that ball. But then you got Tennessee, man. They pretty much, they kind of stout on defense. They give up a lot of yards, but at the same time, they make it do what it do too. So that I feel like right there, that playoff game, if it stands like it is today, that's going to be a very, 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 very good playoff matchup right there in the AFC. And then move over to the NFC. If it stands for today, like I said, it could change this week. You never know. Or no, we got a few more weeks to go. It's just through week 13. I do apologize. I'm mistaking that for our fantasy football playoff. But the NFL has 18 games from last year, including this year. So That is an 18-game schedule now, so there's a lot of football left. So this definitely can shake up and shape out. But as it stands for today, if the playoffs was to start this week, you got the Seattle Seahawks versus the Minnesota Vikings. That should be a good one. Minnesota is definitely on fire right now too. Once they start getting that Dalvin Cook run game popping off, he really hasn't been too much effective this year, him and Madison, but that passing game, Kirk Cousins has definitely been slinging that rock, and they did add to the lights of a nice tight end and T.J. Hockenson. Just added more depth to that passing game, man. That passing game, and we all know, the run does open up the pass and the play action. So that's a strong team on offense right there. Then here's another one. You still have my Washington Commanders in the hunt for this last, potential all four teams in the NFC East making the playoffs. But as it sits right now, you got the Giants, the 6th seed, versus the San Francisco 49ers, the 3rd seed. San Fran did lose Jimmy G, broken foot. It is news saying that he doesn't require surgery, but I don't think it's a good idea that he's rushed back. Maybe if they make it deep in the playoffs and we see how that go. But they did sign to the likes of Baker Mayfield off waivers. They claimed him from the Carolina Panthers after he, demanded himself to be dropped or be waived. So he could come in there, man. I don't know. Hey, that's a good situation for him. You already on a playoff team. What you gonna do with it, man? Like, you can't complain about that, bro. Like, you cannot complain about that at all. Like, you got to come in there and work. You got to study that playbook. You got your ex-teammate, or your old teammate, which is your teammate again, and CMC, Christian McCaffrey. So maybe he can give you the ropes or whatever, man. I'm excited to see what the San Francisco 49ers do. That defense is stout. We all know defense wins championships. They just got to keep that offense going, man. Like, they do stagger a little bit on offense when it comes in the playoffs. They lose a lot of running backs throughout the season. So, that does hurt them in the passing game, because if you can't run, you one-dimensional in the passing game, people gonna stack the box, or either not even stack the box. They just play in coverage, soft zone, deep zone, and they know the run is not there, so they're gonna stop the pass, and then you become one-dimensional. So that's just how it is. I feel, in my opinion, with the 49ers each and every year, man, they always losing their running backs. Elijah Mitchell is out, you know what I'm saying? Back even when they had Tevin Coleman, like, we can go all the way down the list, man, before Frank Gore left, or after Frank Gore left. They just been losing a plethora of running backs each and every year, each and every game, man. So, I mean, they're still a strong team. And then we have that 5th and 4th seed. This will be a big one too if it stands like it is, the Dallas Cowboys versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay, man, I feel like they just getting by. Of course, everybody that wins the division has to, or is in the playoffs. It is what it is. Their record sucks. The whole NFC South record is not good. I can honestly say that division has turned into what the NFC East has been for a few years. And it seems like everybody in the NFC East now has a winning record. Now the NFC South has turned into what the NFC East used to be. And I think, Tampa Bay, they 4-8. They just beat the Saints last week on week 13. I mean, they struggled to do that, and Tom Brady, threw the game-winning touchdown, but how long is that going to last, man? Especially if you don't put up enough points and you meet someone like a Dallas Cowboy team that's clicking, that love to sling the ball around, Tony Pollard and Zeke running the ball like they are, or you meet a Minnesota Viking team that's on fire. You can't score enough points. I mean, Tom Brady is still the GOAT in my eyes, but he's not like of old, especially his weapons, man. Like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I feel like had they run, but at the same time, they're still involved, and what's going on right now. So they're still relevant, but I just don't feel like they're a strong team. So that's just the way the playoff picture for the NFL through week 13 is wrapping up right now. That's just what it is, man. So let's get into our standings in our league. And with that being said, my team Stay Dangerous, your host and commissioner. I am currently sitting at 11-2. I am projected to be 12-2 if I win this week. It is what it is. I'm already the top seed. I have that sold up. I'm not, it is what it is, man. I can say I'm already glad that I'm sitting in the playoffs, which means I've been building my playoff team on the bench, for weeks now, because I've always been told, and I've known for years, with getting in the championship game, winning championship games, and also getting in the championship games and losing them. The team that you drafted is not the team that's going to win you a championship in fantasy football. That's just how it is. There's always teams that's already in the playoffs that sit certain players that got you there, your elite players. I mean, you have to start your elite players if you have them, but at the same time, you just have to have smart plays, make smart decisions. Like, and with a little hint of luck. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and like it. We say year out, man. It's luck involved too, but with injuries and players not playing or matchups, shadows on the defense, what have you, like, I mean, that's just what it is, man. Like, it's plug and play the right players, but it's still with a little bit of luck, like whether a player catch that deep ball for 80 yards and a touchdown, or whether they put up 0 points for you. So it is what it is. That's how that goes. But we have the number 2 seed. That's Hampton, Tipsy Mustagger. He's a newcomer this year. Man, he had a strong team too. He has a strong team. He's sitting currently at 8-5. Then Pitty Pat Patton, our first season champ, sitting at 7-5. He's always doing good and in the playoff race during the end of the season. Pluto Astronauts, man, like he definitely, man, the last few years, he took a couple L's and he doesn't, not either stay active or he don't stay active, and he really doesn't, fits his team. But man, he been on it this year, man. He's sitting at 7-5. He have a few tough losses, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he's still in the playoffs. He's in the playoffs. Then we got our newcomer, number 5, man. This is my guy right here, man. I love his activity in the league and the band app or whatnot. He changed his name, Chasing the Ship. Team of Value, but he changed his name to Chasing the Ship, man. He's sitting at currently, that's 7-6. Yeah, he's in the playoffs. Bad News Villain, one of our back-to-back champs. He's sitting in the playoffs at the number 6 spot at 7-6. Then you got Revenge Season, the same record. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's sitting at number 7. Then here's where it gets crazy. You got our reigning champ, rest in peace, Laudel. Yes, sir. Rest in peace to Laudel, man. He was one of our players in the league. Rest in peace to him. Whatnot. That's always, man. This league is always dedicated to him, man. Like, I remember good guy just being in this league, bro. But yeah, you got rest in peace, Laudel. That's Jay Witt's team, right? Jay Witt is currently at 5-7. If he wins, he's in. He's sitting at a 62% chance of making the playoffs. Then outside of the playoffs, you have Team Brinkley. He's another newcomer this year, sitting at 5-8. If Jay Witt wins, he's in. If he loses and Team Brinkley wins, he's in, because he will have the better record. So that's just how that will go right there. And then you still have 2 Live Crew. He has a small percentage to get in. He has to hope. He's sitting at 4-8, but he has to hope that both of those teams lose and he wins. You know what I'm saying? So he's sitting at a measly 12% to get in the playoffs. But hey, it could happen. Both of those teams could lose. And both of those teams have tough matchups coming in. They definitely have tough matchups for week 14 before going into the playoffs. Jay Witt has been battling a lot of injuries, man. And the latest one was Lamar Jackson, that he had his injury last Sunday or whatnot, and he's out. So he had to put in, plug and play Daniel Jones this week coming up, and Mike Jones being out, bit Mike. I'm Mike Williams. Sorry about Mike Jones. Mike Williams. He is out. So he had a lot of injuries, man. A lot of injuries. Leonard Fournette did start off the year hot. I traded him, and he ended up getting him for someone else, but he really haven't been putting up those numbers for him, man. So, at the end of the day, we ain't making no excuses, but at the same time, like, it is what it is. Like, you got to deal with those injuries. Like I said, fantasy football involves a little tiny bit of luck, man. We ain't gonna sit right here and act like it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? It really does. So with that being said, man, those are our standings throughout week 13 in the NPR League, and that's just how we do. Tonight. Like I stated, we have the Las Vegas Raiders versus the LA Rams, man. LA Rams, Matt Stafford is not playing, so they got a new quarterback at the reins. Derek Carr, man, what are you going to do? Devontae Adams, you got Foster Monroe. Josh Jacobs been running the ball crazy. So it's just all about who's going to step up. So that game is live tonight, Prime Video, Amazon. That is 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Catch that live. I know I'm going to be watching it, man. Like I do. I watch all the games, bro. But yeah, that's just what it is, man. I wanted to touch bases with you guys. Man, oh man, it's going down, going down, going down. I'm excited about week 14. I'm excited about everything that's going on. I'm excited about the playoffs. It is really going down. So that's just what it is. We got some big matchups coming in our league. Like I said, these like the two biggest matchups that I do see that's coming up. Let me stroll this up right quick. So of course you got Jay Witt that needs that win. He's playing IRS 757. IRS 757 and Fitz Genius are both out of the playoffs. Their teams didn't do too well this year, but they're already currently out of the playoffs. So you got Jay Witt, he needs to beat IRS. IRS is currently projected to beat him right now, but projections mean nothing in fantasy football. In my eyes, they don't. It's all about how those teams start out. So you got that, and then you got Team Brinkley versus. This is the biggest matchup to me. You got Team Brinkley that needs a win and Jay Witt to lose to get in the playoffs, but he also plays revenge season. Revenge season definitely. Doesn't want to really take a slide. I'm pretty sure he wants to win this game because it still can alter our playoff seeding or whatnot. But yeah, those right there are the two biggest matchups that's really going on right now. Pretty much everybody that's playing each other are already in the playoffs. Pity Pat plays Two Live Crew. Of course, he's not in the playoffs, so Pity Pat, whether he win or lose, he's going to be there. I play Tipsy Stagger. That's pretty much Tipsy Stagger trying to stay on top of that NPR South division. He could lose that to Bad News Villain. Bad News Villain is right on his tail. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, I appreciate you guys each and every week that we up here tuning in. Here are handles down there. You can go to Twitter, NPR League. I'm always on Twitter. We always on Twitter. Me and my co-host Revenge Season. We chopping it up with Eric Moody from ESPN. We catching all the good news and notes, the bad news and notes that's going on in the league. You can follow us on NPR League on Instagram, and also please follow us on NPR League Podcast on YouTube. Click that notification button every time that we're live or a video or some sort of short is uploaded. You will get that right to your device, your phone, your tablet, your computer, however whatever you use. So please follow us on YouTube. Please follow us on YouTube right there, man. And like, share, subscribe, and please click that bell for those notifications. So every time we go live or we post something for the good people, you'll know what it is. So, man, I appreciate you guys, man. Tune in tonight for the game, Thursday Night Football, Amazon Prime. That's the Raiders versus the Rams. I know it should be an exciting game, or maybe not. I'm waiting to see it. I don't have any players playing tonight in fantasy, but a lot of people do. So to start out week 14, the last week of the regular season, good luck to all my guys in the league, man. That $500 is on the line. I got a pretty trophy for you. Custom made trophy for whoever win it, and they get the bag, they get the money, the power, and the respect. That's what we play for, and we have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? Like we fuss, we fight, we poke at each other, but we have fun. We definitely have fun, man. So anybody want to join us next year? Please hit me up on one of these handles down here, whether it be Twitter, whether it be Instagram, whether it be YouTube. Go in the DMs. Go ahead. Leave some comments, man. Let us know that you would like to join us. We are a 12-team standard league. We love to play standard. And if we get enough players, man, I'll run a PPR league. Definitely will run a standard and a PPR league, so it's just totally up to what you guys want. We for the people. So like I said, I've been your host of Commissioner Stay Dangerous. Tune in, like, share, subscribe, follow us, and man, happy hunting.